Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So we're going to do a technique today using photo paper and distress oxide inks. And I'm so excited because Jennifer McGuire did it first, and then I saw a video by Prairie Paper and Ink. And we're going to use Distress Glaze with our little foam tool, and this is a package of photo paper I got with my printer. And I'm not a big photo taker myself, but when I saw the technique they did, I was like, now I can use up some of this photo paper. So we're going to be using these three distress oxides in the wilted violet, the shaded lilac, and seedless preserves. So I'm going to start with shaded lilac, and I'm just putting it straight to my mat, and then I'm going to dab it up using the photo paper. So this is a technique that is very similar to just regular paper smooshing, and the key with this is try not to use a whole lot of water, but you also want to dry in between. Okay, so after this one pass through, I'm going to take my heat tool and kind of try and help it along as far as it drying quickly. So that way we can take the next shade and continue uh, adding colors, okay? Now, at first when I put the seedless preserves down, I was like, oh, wait, that's looking more pinky than purple. But let me tell you, I love how this comes out in the end. Oh, I can't wait to show you. Okay, so we're gonna dab, and you just keep adding layers. The best part about distress oxides is as you heat, as they dry, and then you add more color on top, it doesn't react the color underneath, and you can still see the different layers of colors. If you do it while it's wet, then it mixes and you can create other shades and stuff like that. So that's why it's a key uh, step, is to make sure that you dry it in between. And if you feel like your paper is warping a little bit too much, just hit it from the back, just like I did there. And then we got one more color, one more layer. We're gonna go ahead and smush that down on the mat. Hit it with the water, and I realized I kind of used a lot of water on that particular color, but it'll be okay. I'm just gonna smush it down, and then I'll go ahead and clean up my mat. Now on this one, let me see. I think I do hit it a little bit with the heat tool, and then I'll let it dry on its own because we're going to do another set of three colors. Those are the stress oxides on the top left there. I can't wait to get to my pinks because I love pink. All right, so once we hit this, we're going to go ahead and set it to the side and clean off our mat again. Because when we do the part at the end with the glaze, we're going to do them both at the same time. And that'll give that one more time to dry. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe that up. And then we're going to move our other oxides to the side as we get started on the uh, pink colors, which is Tattered Rose. And Tattered Rose, let me tell you, you could do a whole sheet on just one color, because as you continue to add that same color, it will get darker and darker. Like, it was a lot of water down there, so I just put more ink, and you'll see as I dab into it, it actually gets a little bit more and more color on the actual photo paper. So you can see a little bit sitting down there in the bottom corner. Move those to the side. And then we're going to go to the next one. So on this one, I used, what did I say? Tattered Rose, and then Worn Lipstick, and then Picked Raspberry. Just heating it, making sure it's nice and dry. And that one was very important because, like I said, I used a lot of water when I sprayed. Oopsie. And that's one of the fun things. If you guys have the distress oxides, I think that's what makes them so cool is how they react when they are wet because they sort of take on like a chalky consistency or I guess look. And so, you can do so many techniques with them just because of their property. And look at that. That right there is pretty, and you could leave it just like that. And it would be a really pretty, subtle background. Add your focal image and a sentiment, call it done. That's what's fun about doing these kind of backgrounds is the fact that, you can use them for just about any sentiment that you need it. So you could make up a bunch and then whenever you have those emergency like, oh my god, I need a birthday card for tomorrow, you could grab one and just add that sentiment and call it done. Now this layer is the picked raspberry, which is very vibrant, but it goes really well with those colors. I really do like those pinks all together. Once again, hit it with your heat tool. Now, as you can see with my hands, this is a messy technique, okay? So if you're one who does not like messy hands, you may not want to do this one, or you might want to get you some gloves. Because there's no way to get around it. You're, you know, putting the paper into this water, the ink, so you're going to get inky. Now, because of the warping, I am hitting both of these from behind, and the heat does kind of flatten it out some. If you're worried about the warping, go ahead and when you attach it, use foam tape. A lot of times that helps make it nice and even. So here we go. These are our two sheets, and now we're going to use the Distress Glaze. And how that works is this is photo paper, right? So it's shiny and you're wanting to make sure that the ink and everything stays. So the glaze is going to be like a protective shield over your color. But the other part of it is that it makes it vibrant again. You could see it was chalky. It wasn't very like vibrant and alive. And just by using a little bit of that glaze, all of a sudden it's like the paper has come alive again and the colors are vibrant. And then I was buffing it with the paper towel, but I think that Jennifer McGuire, I want to say, used a microfiber cloth, and I think that does work the best. I think I'm gonna get one that I keep just for this type of technique, so that way uh, it's cleaner, cause I get messy with mine. Lots of stamp cleaning, you know what I mean? Now, before I do the glaze on this one, I sprinkled a little bit of water and then I'm going to take the paper towel and kind of lift it up so it just gives it a little bit of a little more texture. Obviously, the more you do that, the more the color comes up, and then you can pretty much finish it off by doing the glaze. And I just wanted to show you on there was a little bit of color transfer. If you're worried about the colors mixing, then just change your foam and go on to the next color. I do know some people wash their foams. I think Prayer Paper and Ink, she says she was going to keep two that she was going to clean for when she did this technique. Um, I think I'll probably just use mine until they're dirty and throw it away because that's kind of how I roll. And just grab a new one when I'm ready to do it again because it's not something I'm going to be doing a whole lot. So, but I'm just taking the microfiber cloth and I'm trying to, I found a clean spot and I'm rubbing it, trying to get it all smooth and rubbed in. And I just think, I mean, it was very cloudy just a few minutes ago. I mean, even my hands kind of look chalky. You know what I'm saying? And it came back to life just with that little bit of glaze. Now, at the end here, I do turn these into cards just with focal images on the front. Um, Not for anything specific, but just to see or to show you how they would look kind of like in a completed card. Okay, so if you have photo paper at home and the distress inks, get you some of this glaze and definitely try this technique. This is really fun, and I mean, the color combinations are endless. Here are the close-ups of the purple trio, and then this is the pink trio we did. I don't know why I thought of sunshine when I looked at the pinkies and the reds and the orange. It kind of looked almost orangey. I don't know. I loved it though. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And at the very end here, I will make sure to have links to previous technique videos. And I'm going to have links down to scrapbookingwithme.com. And if you use my code TT15, you'll be able to get an extra 15% off. Or you can even put in the word rewards and get 15% off and be entered into the reward program. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day.